Good morning, dear brothers and sisters. Today we will see Exodus chapters 19 and 20. Exodus 19 tells us about the Israelites' arrival at Mount Sinai and their encounter with God. After leaving a place called Rephidim, the Israelites came to a desert called Sinai. Moses went up the mountain to meet with God, and God spoke to him from the top of the mountain. God told Moses to tell the Israelites that they had seen what he did to the Egyptians, and how he rescued them from slavery. God said that if the people listened to him and followed his commandments, they would be special to him and become a kingdom of priests. Moses went back down the mountain and shared God's message with the people. They agreed to do everything that God had said. Moses went back up the mountain to tell God what the people had agreed to. God instructed Moses to have the people get ready for his presence. They needed to purify themselves and stay away from the mountain. God warned them that if anyone touched the mountain, they would die. On the third day, there was thunder, lightning, and a thick cloud on the mountain. A loud trumpet blast filled the air. Moses led the people out of their camp to meet with God. The mountain was covered in smoke and shook with great power as God descended upon it. God called Moses up to the top of the mountain, and Moses went up. God told Moses to go back down and remind the people not to come up the mountain or touch it. Only Moses and a few others were allowed to approach God. Exodus 19 shows us how the Israelites prepared to meet with God at Mount Sinai. It teaches us about the importance of obedience and respect for God's holiness. The chapter sets the stage for the giving of the Ten Commandments and the establishment of the covenant between God and the Israelites. Exodus 20 contains the Ten Commandments, which God gave to the Israelites at Mount Sinai. God spoke all these words and said, "I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of Egypt, out of the land of slavery." The first commandment is, "You shall have no other gods before me." This means we should worship and serve only the one true God. The second commandment is, "You shall not make for yourself an idol or worship any other gods." We should not make or worship statues or images as gods. The third commandment is, "You shall not misuse the name of the Lord your God." We should respect and honor God's name and not use it in a disrespectful or empty way. The fourth commandment is, "Remember the Sabbath day by keeping it holy." We should set aside one day a week as a special day of rest and worship to God. The fifth commandment is, "Honor your father and mother." We should show respect and obedience to our parents and those in authority. The sixth commandment is, "You shall not murder." We should not take another person's life unjustly. The seventh commandment is, "You shall not commit adultery." We should be faithful and loyal to our spouse and not commit sexual immorality. The eighth commandment is, "You shall not steal." We should not take anything that belongs to someone else without permission. The ninth commandment is, "You shall not give false testimony against your neighbor." We should not lie or say things that are not true about others. The 10th commandment is, "You shall not covet anything that belongs to your neighbor." We should be content with what we have and not desire what others have. These commandments teach us how to live in a way that pleases God and shows love and respect for Him and others. They guide us in how to have the right relationship with God and with one another. Dear brothers and sisters, we will continue to the next chapters in the next video. God bless you. Amen. Kindly subscribe and share with your friends and family. Thank you.